Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist traps you in the relationship. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So when you're in the narcissistic relationship, you enter it thinking one thing, meaning that you are entering a relationship with a healthy, stable individual, and you have like-minded goals or purposes for the future. In other words, perhaps you wanted to create a family, or to go into business, or to become friends. You entered the relationship under the notion that this individual would be similar to you. In other words, that they portrayed themselves to be who they were. And nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is, the person, i.e. the narcissist, they were most likely wearing a mask, trying to manipulate you, trying to extract all of your goodness and abundance and your energy and your resources. And what they did is they acted as if they were aligned with you. Perhaps they liked the same things you liked, like hobbies or music or movies or things like that. And they very quickly began to smother you with affection or adoration, or they couldn't get along without you. In other words, they were really trying to bombard you, if you will, with their time. And this was on purpose. It was meant to get you to put your guard down, to believe that this individual, who turned out to be the narcissist, was one of the best people you've ever met. They're amazing. They're beautiful. They shine. They glow. They're abundant. They like me. Perhaps they love me. They believe in me. This is amazing. Like, where has this person been my whole life? And then what happens is, once you say the magic words, I love you, or once you sign on the dotted line to create a business, or once you get married, or once you move, or once you loan them money, or once you sign a mortgage, things like that, with this individual, they know they have you. And that's when the trap begins. See, the narcissist wanted to keep you trapped in the relationship from the minute they met you. The minute they did their homework on you, they sized you up. They figured out what made you tick. They looked into your social circle, the way you dressed, the way you acted, if you had money, if you had a good job, what you could provide for them. And they rather quickly figured out, wow, okay, I have a couple potential sources of supply. This is way back when you met them. I have a couple sources of supply. I'm not sure which direction I should go in. However, my current source of supply, which was not you, it was the old supply, whoever that person was, this person's running low, and I need to get a new source of supply. I need a new, fresh energy source. And they sized you up, and I can assure you, they sized up some other sources around the same period of time, and then they decided on you. Now, I know human beings and individuals, we all should enter relationships because we believe in the relationship and the foundation of it. That's not the narcissist. They enter relationships looking to extract from the individual, and they act like that they are your best friend, or that they do love you and that they do care about you. And the truth of the matter is, that's not real. What is real is this individual, all they wanted to do was to sneak under the disguise of being one individual and take whatever they possibly could from you. And when they knew that they had you, let's go down the I love you path for a moment. When you professed that you loved them, they knew right then and there, okay, I need to slow down the adoration. This individual now has said, okay, the magic words, I can now really get them close to me. I can really start devaluing them. I can really get them to do what I want them to do. Perhaps it was relocate. Perhaps it was quit your job. Perhaps it was get married. Perhaps it was start a business. Perhaps it was leave your immediate family. Perhaps it was not talk to your friends. Perhaps it was give up your hobbies. Perhaps it was take care of them financially, provide a roof for them, whatever it was. And that's a long list. Whatever it was, this is when you entered the devaluation stage. This is when you became trapped in the narcissistic cycle. The truth of the matter in the devaluation stage, i.e. the narcissistic fog, this is when you are working so hard to get back to the beginning, when the inception of when you met the narcissist, because your brain has now been wired, you've been trained and groomed, you've been placed in the zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog, and you're trying to get back to where you came from. This won't happen for a long period of time. You will continue to go around and around on the spin cycle. You will continue to feel like you are underwater, trying to get up for a breath of fresh air. You will continue to be riding on the emotional roller coaster which goes up, down, all around, reverse, forward, sideways. You don't know what is going on. You just know that now you are becoming less and less like yourself. And the trap has been set and you are fully engulfed in it right now. You are now slowly becoming an extension of the narcissist. And they know this. They know exactly where they have placed you. They know exactly what they're going to do to you. They know exactly how to make you react. They know exactly what makes you tick. So when you're in the narcissistic fog and you are trapped, this is many times when people will be observing you and your partner, let's say a romantic relationship, and it can be any relationship, by the way. It can be friends, it can be neighbors, it can be anybody. But I'm talking about the romantic right now, and they will say to themselves, wow, something's not quite right here. I don't see these people, which is you, as often as I used to. And now they're packing up and moving halfway across the country, or they're moving to a different country. And I don't really see them that much, and they don't really have time for me. What's going on here? Well, what's going on is most likely you married a narcissist, or you're involved with one, and they're now slowly breaking down your support system, which is your friends, your immediate family, your business associates, because the narcissist devalues you and everything you believe in. Think about it. Think about the haircut you had when you met the narcissist. Was it changed shortly after you got into a relationship with them? Probably it was. If it wasn't the haircut, maybe it was the length of your hair, or the color of your hair, or the clothes you wore, or the things you started to do or stopped doing. Example, let's pretend you love music and you used to listen to music all the time and you used to go dancing. You met the narcissist, and did you continue to do that? Probably not. You probably slowly gave that up because you were doing what the narcissist wanted you to do, which was most likely nothing that you wanted to do. Point being, why the narcissist traps you in the relationship, it's because they know that you won't quit. They know that most likely you're an empath, or that you are a people pleaser, or that you are a person that can't say the strongest word in the English language, which is no. And they broke this down rather quickly when they met you and figured it out. And they said, okay, I know what to do. I know which angles to come at this individual from, which is you. And I know exactly how to get them trapped. I know how to get them to fall in love with me. I know how to get them to become attached to me. And bear this in mind, the narcissist cannot fall in love, and they have no empathy. So if you fell in love with the narcissist, believe me, that was hook, line, and sinker. They were feasting on you throughout the whole relationship. And it was a challenge, to say the least, for you to figure out that actually they don't love you. They can't love you, and they don't love the new supply, and they don't love anybody. They only care about themselves. But when you're trapped in the narcissistic relationship, let's say post-relationship, say you were discarded. Why were you discarded? Well, I'll tell you right now, the same reason you were the same reason you entered the narcissistic relationship, just flip the script, meaning your resource has now become depleted, and perhaps your physical issues are mounting, your financial resources are diminishing, you now have no social circle, perhaps you lost your job, or you're not functioning at a high level at your job. In other words, you're a car with 4 flat tires. Think of it that way. That's how the narcissist sees you. And they need to get a brand new car so they can continue to ride down desolation and destruction road with another new shiny object until that car gets 4 flat tires, and then they will go on and on and on. But when you're trapped in the narcissistic relationship, post-relationship, think about that. The narcissist, perhaps they discarded you, and you're looking to the narcissist to get closure, to get answers to the questions of what you want resolved. They're never available. They aren't around. They don't give you closure because they can't give you closure. And they like this. They love this. Why? Because number one, they just let you go. And number two, they want you pining for them. They want you thinking about them. They want you contacting them. They get supply from all of those things. And the narcissist knows who they are. Don't think for a minute they don't. I can prove it right now. When the front door would open your house, sometimes you would see a Dr. Jekyll, sometimes you would see a Mr. Hyde, depending on which mood the narcissist was in, right? Exactly. Now, let's say you went to a function and it was a celebration of some kind. The narcissist would have their game face on most times, wouldn't they? Yeah, because that's Charm City. That's where they get to mingle and look for your replacement, and they get to communicate with complete strangers many times. So, of course, whom they treat better than you. And they're trying to devalue, and they are devaluing you right in front of complete strangers. And that's why they act like they're single, because they're always looking for your replacement. Getting back to post-narcissistic relationship, that's a whole different part of being trapped, because when you are discarded, or if the relationship ended, you find yourself alone many times and isolated and having to heal and having to process what narcissism is and how it affected you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. then you have to process that these people actually do walk the planet. They're all over the planet. People that don't care about you, people that want to watch you in a not good state of mind, people that want to take from you, and people that just want to not watch you do well. These individuals, i.e. the narcissist and different types of people, they don't want to build or create. They want to destroy and crush. That's what they want to do. And they go on from person to person, place to place, business to business, searching for other individuals who they can take from. And when you believe you're trapped, when you feel like you're trapped, many times post-narcissistic relationship is because you are. Maybe you were stuck in your house for 2 years trying to sell it. Maybe you figured out that flying monkeys were everywhere and you had no one to check in on you or to see how you were doing. Maybe you had to take yourself to get surgeries done. You had to pay complete strangers money out of your own pocket to drive you there and to pick you up. Maybe you had to put yourself back together, teach yourself how to walk again, teach yourself how to trust yourself again, teach yourself to heal childhood wounds. You had to do all these things and so many more. Also, your network of alleged friends, they weeded themselves out rather quickly. You figured that out. And again, when all these things happened, you felt like you were trapped. You felt like there was nowhere to turn until you got the wisdom on my channel, until you got your first light bulb moment that things will improve and that the healing path is not linear, but it takes time, and in your time, you will get through this. You need to remember also that when you feel like you're trapped in the narcissistic relationship, many times you really are. Example, divorcing the narcissist. Does that ever go swimmingly? Of course it doesn't, because they believe that they're entitled to more assets than you are. Many times they withhold you seeing the kids or grandkids. Many times they claim that A, B, and C happened when it was X, Y, and Z. This is exactly how the narcissist plays the system. It's exactly how they drag things out. It keeps you stuck. And many times you think that the narcissist is living their best lives because, of course, by now they have a new supply or multiple new sources of supply, and that you're stuck because you're waiting for the divorce to go through, or you're waiting for the kids to turn to legal age. I get all these things. I understand them completely. These are all challenges. These are the pitfalls of being trapped in the narcissistic relationship. Another one, maybe you did divorce the narcissist. Maybe everything went well and you got half of the assets or whatever you were entitled to, but they're still not allowing you to see the kids. Or perhaps you can see the kids, but it's only with visitation rights, things like that. These are all things that the narcissist does to inflict damage upon you, upon the innocent, which are the youth, and to make sure that you're squirming and to make sure that you feel like you're still trapped. That's exactly how these things end most times. Not always, but most times. And it's not until you get the wisdom and you understand, wow, I am really dealing with a person that does not have any goodness in them at all. I need to really understand what I'm up against. It's not until you get that message that you finally close the chapter of the book on the narcissist and you begin to believe in yourself and you begin to move forward. So why the narcissist traps you in the relationship? It's because they saw what you offered in the very beginning. They had a game plan. They knew it would end one way or the other. They knew they would be looking for your replacement throughout the body of the relationship. They knew that they would take everything they possibly could from you. They were hoping you would never figure this out. They were hoping that you would continue to be their lifeline. In other words, their source of supply, being berated and experiencing rage fits and being ignored and experiencing the silent treatment and being excluded, all in the confines of your house. Remember, most of this abuse happens between the four walls of your house. No one sees it. Not all of it, but most of it. No one sees it. What they see is the exterior, which was your spouse or the romantic interest or the business partner, whoever it is. And they say, wow, that person's amazing. What a great person. They're so charming. Yeah, they are charming. But the charm runs dry as soon as you open the front door and they enter the house, because they don't care about you. They're just looking at you as a person to get positive or negative reactions out of. They're looking at you as a sounding board. They're looking at you as a punching bag. They're looking at you as someone who to take the abuse, and so they could recharge the battery, then go back out through the front door and act like everything's great to the outside world. Get the message. These relationships are one-way tickets to Destructionsville. You need to understand that, and if you can, exit these as soon as possible. Utilize Gray Rock and have a plan to remove yourself if possible. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed, continue to become awakened and aware, and understand in the relationship, when you actually understand who you're up against, you do feel trapped in the relationship throughout it. Certainly in the devaluation stage, certainly if you got married, certainly if you moved, certainly if you went into business with them, certainly if you're trying to divorce them. It's how you feel. You need to have a plan in place to remove yourself from these individuals and heal properly and then live your best life. So guys, That's the video. I hope you liked it. I love doing it. Enjoy yourselves. God bless you. Remember, you are not alone. Continue to focus on yourself. Continue to be abundant and beautiful and glow and shine bright. I love you all. God bless you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.